and relax. You're in for a real treat with this matchup.
And the Steelers, they're ready to rock on 1st and 10. A first down throw coming for Vick. Throw right side is hauled in by the tight end Gonzalez. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing, Vick. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Vick steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it with Johnson. And an alley to run. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll try to throw it here. Vick. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They'll run it. Here's Okoye. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. On first down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kevin Green able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Keith Bullock coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, Vick. Open man, it's Randall L. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Vick, flush to his right. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Holt. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Whip. Watch the whip. Go. 54, right there. 54.
On 1st and 10, here's Vick. That's complete to Randall L. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Vick and the offense will start 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Mike 51. Let's go. Check.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Seahawks back onto the field here, getting set for their next drive. You know, this is a team that, great record this year, double digits and wins again, but they have played a lot of close games in 2019, haven't they?
They think it.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And a guy that knows a thing or two about making tackles behind the line of scrimmage, Kevin Green, at it again.
How about the ferociousness that he played with? And you remember that long flowing hair that came out of the helmet? Almost like a lion's mane for him, right? Try to keep a lion away from what a lion wants to get. That was Kevin Green, trying to block him when he was trying to accumulate quarterbacks and guys with the football.
Still third down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Check safety, check safety.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And all the way to the opposite 48. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 44 yards. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check 53. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 36, 36.
They run it with Carson, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here comes Michael Vick now leading his offense back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Well, let's get back to the playoff picture. We talked about the AFC. Let's look at the NFC. Still, that race starting to come into focus. We know most of the teams.
Let's go. Do it.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Brandon Cooks, 51 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to... And he takes off with it. It's a fake. Michael Vick, he's going to go. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Wilson will throw again. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked by the Hall of Famer Mel Blount. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Well, Charles, while we have a second, you know, we talked about the NFC playoff picture, but I wanted to get your thoughts on a hot topic right now in NFL circles. That's awarding a home game to every division winner, regardless of record. It's happened twice in this decade that we've seen a 7-9 team in Seattle get a home game and a 7-8-1 Carolina team get one. where do you stand on this? Because there's a scenario where you could have a 13-win team from the NFC West traveling to face an 8-win team from the NFC East.
I know I'm a dinosaur on this one. Absolutely. I love the division champ getting a home game. I don't care what the record is, and I know it sounds wrong, and we're in this society now where everything has to be fair and right. And we would like that, and I would like that too for most big topics. But in sports, it's actually kind of cool when these things happen. Remember, Seattle at 7-9 hosted the defending Super Bowl champs New Orleans and beat them. That big Marshawn Lynch run that we'll remember forever. Carolina 7-8-1, they actually lost at home in their playoff game. So you don't know how it's going to turn. I like division champs winning it and getting a home game, even when the records are kind of messed up.
I'm with you. You're making me smile.
How about that? You and I sitting at the home, two old dudes going, that's the way it ought to be.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They'll run on first down. Carson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call PPR?
Receiver still gets a point there. Yeah. And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits create some more natural running lanes. Might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
You got 3 down.
Now it's Carson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now, we've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
On third down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And they start the second half with Johnson. Room here to run. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
All right, I've got to be careful here, all right? He's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch that. No. Off. Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch the pass. Shut alert. Check 13.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And bulldozing through multiple tackles. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
What you got, Heavy?
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. 25 yards as his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
Quick, flying, Madden. Switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40, Mike 40. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never play their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Wilson to throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This will be taken short. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will extend this big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken very short. Now a hit and a loose football.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Wilson. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Dixon has it. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Hester. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Despite the late lead, Vic's going to throw. Forced out to his left. He gets it to Cooks. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Ready? Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone's got four down.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He'll find Metcalf. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Green 80! Right there, 40's Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
To throw on third down. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they...
He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Nicely done. Another one up, another one down. Keep grinding and keep racking up those wins.